Welcome back, guys. This is Mad Dog Gaming returning with another Invoked combo video. So we made a video a few weeks ago showcasing some of the new Invoked combos with Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, the new Invoked Link monster, and the video gained a lot of traction. People were quite happy about it, so we've come up with some additional combos, or should I say, courtesy of Mad Dog Gaming's Daniel Cairns has come up with a couple of combos. These are 2-card combos, which are better starting boards than the last video showcased. It lets you end on an Invoked Mechaba and an Invoked Elysium from your 2 cards. Everyone knows what Mechaba does. Mechaba allows you to negate a spell trap card or monster effect, lets you set up very strong turn 1s with a negation on board. Invoked Elysium is something that was never really played before. You couldn't really make it easily. It requires one invoked monster and one monster that was summoned from the extra deck. While it's face up on the field, it's also counted as every other attribute, and its effect is that once per turn, during either player's turn, it's a quick effect. You can target one invoked monster you control or in your graveyard, banish it and all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute as that monster, non-target and banishing removal. It can target itself, actually good because it basically banishes your opponent's entire field because it counts as every attribute while it's on the field. So really strong turn 1 boards involving Mechaba and Elysium in combination. So we'll show you how to do that with just 2 cards. Okay, so this is combo number 1. It's a 2-card, 2.5 card combo, I guess you would call it. It's Alistair the Invoker plus Hornet Drones plus any other card, so we're going to use that as a discard, so it doesn't matter what the card is. And Danny's going to run through the basic combo for that here. So going to start off with Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones is going to special summon the token. The token is going to get linked into Sky Striker Kagari. Kagari is going to add back the token. You've all seen this before. The token is going to get summoned again, and then Kagari is going to be linked away into Sky Striker Hayate. This gives you access later on in the combo to an extra monster in graveyard, which is a fire monster which you can use to summon Purgatorio, and we'll get into that. So, and Alistair is then normal summoned to the field, gets your invocation from the deck. You link the Alistair and the Hornet Drones token away. They're going to make Proxy Dragon. Proxy Dragon is important in this combo because it is a light link monster, which you can then turn into Mechaba later on. So Invocation is going to banish Alistair and the Kagari from the graveyard. That's going to summon Invoked Purgatorio from the extra deck. The Sky Striker Hayate and Purgatorio are going to be linked into Nightmare Goblin, which will be co-linked to Proxy Dragon, so you're then going to use Goblin's effect, discarding 1, drawing 1, and gaining an extra normal summon for the turn. The normal summon is going to be extra useful because we're going to shuffle Invocation from the graveyard back in. This is then going to add the Alistair Invoker from the banished zone back to your hand, and allow you to normal summon it to the zone that Goblin points to. So we're going to normal summon Alistair. He's going to grab another Invocation from the deck, and then you're going to link Alistair the Invoker and Proxy Dragon for Alistair the Madness Invoker. Then, after all that, we're going to Invocation. Invocation is going to banish the Proxy Dragon and the Alistair from the graveyard. It's going to summon Invoked Mechaba. You're going to trigger Alistair the Invoker of Madness off the fusion summon. It's going to discard the random card in your hand, and it's going to add another Invocation from your deck to your hand, so that's why we need the extra card. This Invocation has now been set up so that we can banish the Nightmare Goblin from the field, which was a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, and we can banish the Invoked Purgatorio from the graveyard. This allows us to summon the Invoked Elysium and end on the strong turn 1 board of Mechaba and Elysium, so Elysium can banish itself or it can banish something in the graveyard to banish your opponent's board. You've got the Alistair the Madness Invoker on the field to apply extra pressure, and you've got an Invoked Mechaba which allows you to negate a spell trap or monster effect, so it's a pretty strong turn 1 board. Okay, so this is combo number 2. This time it's going to be Brilliant Fusion and Alistair the Invoker, or as you can see, Magical Meltdown, a way to get Alistair the Invoker. The Hornet Drones is just a blank card at this point, so again it's the same as the last combo. It's a 2-card combo, but it's also a kind of 2.5 card combo. You need any other card in hand to discard at some point in the combo. So Danny's going to run through the basics of this one. First thing that's going to happen is he's going to activate the Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion is going to send Garnet and any light monster to the graveyard to give us Gem Knight Seraphonite in the extra monster zone. Seraphonite's really good in Invoked because it acts like the Nightmare Goblin did in the previous combo, where you can get an additional normal summon of Alistair, and that's kind of the basis of a lot of these combos. So Meltdown grabs the Alistair, and Alistair is then going to grab Invocation from the deck, using the extra normal summon effect of Seraphonite. What happens here is we're going to link the Seraphonite and the Alistair the Invoker for Alistair the Invoker of Madness, the Invoked Light monster, and then we're going to play Invocation. So Invocation allows us to fusion summon. It's going to banish Alistair and Seraphonite from the graveyard to summon Invoked Magalanka from the extra deck. This in turn is going to trigger the Madness Invoker, allowing us to discard the random card from our hand and add another Invocation from our deck to our hand. We're going to use the Invocation in the graveyard. It shuffles itself back into the deck to add Alistair from the Banish Zone back to our hand. Then we're going to use our normal summon for the turn. We've already used our extra one from Seraphonite, so we're going to use our normal summon to normal summon Alistair again and get another Invocation from our deck to hand. At this point we're going to link summon the Magalanka, and the Alistair is going to link summon for Proxy Dragon. So Invocation is going to be played from our hand, it's going to banish Proxy Dragon, and it's going to banish the Magalanka from the grave. Again, this fulfills the requirements for Elysium, so we can summon the Elysium here, and then we just play the second Invocation from the hand. This time we're going to banish Alistair the Invoker, and the Gamma is going to summon as the Invoked Mechaba from the extra deck. So we end with again similar board, the Link monster, Invoked Mechaba, and Invoked Elysium, all off of 2 cards or 2.5 cards. Again, with these combos you have an Alistair banished and you have an Invocation in the graveyard, so by the time the next turn comes around you're basically guaranteed an Alistair back in your hand to keep your engine going. And that's the end of the video. So if you've enjoyed these combos, or you want to see an Invoked deck list, we're going to try and get Danny's Invoked deck this week at Locals. If we can get the cards together, he's going to show you what he's been playing for this format. If you want to see more combo videos, if you want to see more deck profiles and all sorts of Yu-Gi-Oh content, make sure and hit the like, subscribe to Mad Dog Gaming's YouTube channel, and if you like Facebook memes, like our page Mad Dog Gaming on Facebook.com as well. And if there's anything else you want to mention, stick it in the comments. So thanks a lot guys, see you later.